Good morning, and I am finally back and finally in one place for a little bit. So I felt like today was going to be like the absolute like perfect day to kind of like talk about all things post trip and like kind of like reset, refresh, all of that good stuff. Hello. So I definitely feel like yesterday I tried to like take a deep breath and relax and just be a blob for a little bit because I am over traveling for a little bit. So this entire stream is kind of just put together based on some of like my, kind of like must-haves in terms of self-care and a lot of just like, kind of like, I guess fashion, but like mostly beauty. And I could have put 1,000 things into the stream, but I did try to like streamline it a little bit so it's not like hours and hours and hours long. So yeah, we'll just like go into it and just kind of like have fun and all of that. So I am Ashley, and of course this is Swift Wellness. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Just leave a little message in the chat or something like that. I will always be looking. Like that's kind of like what I'm looking at when I'm looking over here. And I would be very, very happy to answer all of those things for you. So let's start. First and foremost, I feel like with the very first thing that I put on my body as soon as I got home, and literally that is a pair of sweatpants and slippers. Like the first thing, I mean, obviously anybody who's been on a plane is just like, I feel disgusting and gross. I'm gonna take a shower, like whatever, wash all the day off and the like. But after that, like that's where we're gonna go. So I do need to take a break. I'm telling you, this is the last time I've been traveling for a bit. So I love traveling, but it can be a lot. So let's talk about some sweatpants. So I did also notice that they're on deal, so that just kind of like worked out even better today for my carousel and all of that. And of course, I love a really good oversized pair of sweatpants, but they do come in like a variety of sizes. You can go like small all the way up to 2X. But personally for me, I do think they run true to size, and I'll show them here in a second. I do think that they run true to size, but I do also think that sweatpants are just like one of those things you should like wear them kind of baggy and loose and comfortable and oversized, so you could very easily size up at least one if you wanted. These are a kind of like blend. I would say they're kind of like a lightweight but like still really breathable blend with a little bit of spandex in them, so you obviously have that really kind of like stretchy waistband, which let's be honest, we all love. And then it also has this like really wide kind of leg, like very loose sweatpants style leg. So for me, I mean, let's be honest, like a pair of sweatpants needs to be like loose and comfortable and relaxed. So you can see that these are really like, I guess you can't see, but if you could feel them, you could see literally like how soft these are. They're super, super soft. They're a little bit stretchy. So like I said, there's a little bit of spandex in them. Probably, of course, one of the most, and there is a bill in my lap now. So might as well jump in. He needed to be in my lap. And so probably one of the most important things is that they also do have pockets. So they have these really nice kind of like roomy pockets. And then of course the drawstring right here So you have like plenty of like adjustability if you want it to be cinched a little bit tighter. Are they flare? So they aren't flare. I do have that really cool pair of flare leggings that I do like that are a little bit more kind of like athletic based. These are very much your casual, comfy sweatpants. Like these are full on like sweats. And so they have that wider leg all the way down and kind of all the way throughout. And very, very cozy. Robert says, if there ain't pockets, I don't want it. Here's the thing, right? Sweatpants, like they're just meant to like lounge around in. So maybe I just want to like put my whatever, put your snacks, put whatever into a pocket. Like I don't know, like give me my pockets on my sweatpants. So, and they do have like a little bit of an ankle cuff on there too. I love hoarding snacks. I'm telling you, like, you know what? It's true. I want to hoard all of the snacks. You know what? I put on my like blanket hoodie. I just want to like relax and be cozy. So leave me alone. I am happy like that. So very, very, I know that you could probably wear them like, you know, all the time, any which way. These are like my like cozy, I'm lounging around the house style kind of sweatpants. So is the texture hot or breathable? So it is a very lightweight and it is a very like, I would say a very breathable fabric. So if I kind of like flip it inside out, I'll see if you can see it there. Oh. It is a very lightweight and it has that little weave texture. So I don't think that they are hot whatsoever. They're just like the perfect amount of kind of like just soft. I think that's the thing, right? They're not super thick, like my college sweatpants are that really, really thick material. These aren't really, really thick. They're breathable, but they're really soft. And I like, just like I said, like how they kind of flow with that wider leg and just really kind of lightweight material, a little bit of stretch, perfect. We love a breathable sweatband. Yes, you are telling me. I absolutely love a breathable sweatband. So literally like the very first thing that I changed into checking our bank account because we need these. So of course, these are heather gray. There is also like some solid colors as well. There's like a pink, a blue, black. There's kind of an off-white. Like, I feel like, you know, like heather gray is like your, like the OG, like always like go straight to style sweatpants. So I do think they run true to size. They're meant to have that, like I said, that wider leg, you know, throughout. They have the pockets, whatever. And they are, yes, so like Amazon customer said, they are on that's why I started with these, like honestly, but they are seriously on a really good deal today. They are under 15, they're 58% off, like definitely, yeah, those are definitely like, that's why they're #1 in the stream, because I wanted to just like go right into those, start with the best, right? And then, like I mentioned, they do come in like that size small all the way up through extra, extra large. I think I have the small, yeah. But I would say that I would probably, honestly, if I did it again, I might size up just one more to have those really big, just oversized sweatpants. Like, I still have some from college. Like, everyone gives me like a lot of grief for them, but I still. What is my cat's name? Bill. It's very basic, Bill. And he chose to jump in for 10 seconds and then left. So that's what we've got. So, okay, let's move on to the very cozy, also on deal. And actually, I don't know if it's showing for y'all, but it's showing on my end that there's actually like a lightning deal on it. But I don't see it like showing in the carousel right now. But these are also on deal today. They're also like, what, 30% off on like $20. They're awesome. I have a couple different versions, but today I wanted just to like do like more of like a slide version. I also do have those kind of like faux, like they look like the sheepskin ones. I like those too. But I was feeling like a slide today. So these are very much like a memory foam, kind of fuzzy, kind of furry. slipper, and they also like have this really thick base on here. So I don't know about y'all, but I am very much a like slippers stay indoor kind of person, because I don't like to track, you know, dirt and outdoors and all of that kind of into my house. So they actually stay pretty clean on the bottom. But they do have this like really thick, you can see like a rubber sole on the bottom. So if you are someone who goes like indoor, outdoor, these are going to have that really thick kind of like rubber bottom for you. But also this is like all memory foam here at the top. I also, when I share, these look a lot nicer. These are a lot newer, I would say, than my kind of closed-toed ones that I've had. And I feel like I can't share those. It's getting to the point where I can't share them anymore, because like they've kind of like rubbed down the fur, and then they get a little, they look a little questionable. JC says almost everything is on deal. It really was. Like I was like putting together like, what do I use and like what do I like refresh, and like a lot of it really was. So I was like, all right, cool. It just makes it easier for me to talk about it. So you can see that these do have that really kind of like high, maybe like an inch or so kind of platform, but it gives you so much cushion on top of being that really almost like a teddy bear furry slide material. So I hate when slippers are like really thin, because like then your foot feels like everything on the floor, and they don't like last very long and stuff. So these are really, really good option. Hey Jennifer, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it today. And then it does look like, actually now that I look, now it looks like it's getting claimed on that lightning deal. So I'm gonna like assume that that is y'all doing all the claiming on that. So they are on deal. They're like 20 bucks. Also, but what I want to point out as well, these do come in like a range, and they actually have a pretty big size range. Sometimes like slippers only come like small, medium, large kind of thing, but they are a whole and half size range. So I have, it says 35 to 36, which I think is the 6.5 to 7 size. So it'll have all US sizes like on the listing. It's like 6.5 to 7, 7.5 to 8, so on and so forth, all the way up to size 12. So if you're in a half size, I would say you would, I personally like will always like size, if you're a half size, I would always size up to the next one. So like if you're a 7, sometimes a 7.5, I would say probably do the 7.5 to 8, only because I know these are slide sandals, but I still wear like big fluffy socks, and so I want enough space like at the heel and through this kind of like slide part that I can like slip on a big pair of socks. So that's why I always would say, like, if you're in between sizes and you're not sure, just go to the next size, so you give yourself a little bit of room for that. So JC says, is there pink? Of course, I have brown, which is teddy bear pink, but there are teddy bear kind of colored. There is a pink, there is a gray, looks like black. There's a white. I'll just be honest, I would never buy white slippers, because they would get dirty so fast. Like, even if you kept them in the house, like, I don't know. I just like these. They look like, you know, kind of like Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, you know, that kind of thing. But really thick, lots of like memory foam here, and then, like I said, that thick kind of like rubber bottom. And then you can pick your size. They are, again, in that US size, even though like mine says 35 to 36 on the bottom, but really awesome. And then, like I mentioned, I saw a lightning deal on it, and it looked like it was like not claimed at all when I started talking about it, and now I see like 10%. So of course, with lightning deals, make sure to toss them in your cart, because they do expire. So if that gets to 100%, it's out. Or if it, you know, kind of like runs out of time, but I don't think that's a worry today about like the deal ending time wise. So hey Chloe, hello, welcome. Okay, so let's move on to, like I said, I literally could have broken this down into like 2 separate streams, but I was just like, I can't. Also, hello Alex, I appreciate you hopping in. while we're here, and this is another one that is on a light needle, and then I was already talking about kind of like pajamas and slippers, so we should just like talk about this one while I'm right here. And I also saw that it was on a light needle. So I've shared this a few times before. If you're someone like, yeah, like again, I got off the plane and I was like, give me some sweatpants, and I grabbed like the largest, like oversized, just like my old school college tees with holes and all of that stuff. That was what I went for yesterday. But if you want a really cute kind of matching set, like you're feeling like a good self-care day, or you just like to look cute at home, or you are, I don't know, hanging out with friends, I don't know, whatever. This is probably the one matching set I share a lot because I really like it, and I also do think that it's a really high quality set. And I have shared this brand a few times before. Like I have the satin pajamas, like the short ones. I have like the long sleeve variation. I have a knit. They make really, really, really good pajamas. So like I feel like you can't go wrong with any of the pajamas from this brand. I don't want to butcher the name. I think it's I don't know, Okiri. I'm gonna butcher it, so let's not do that. But a really awesome kind of like sweater / knit set. It says it's a polyester rayon blend, but it is really, really soft. And I like it because it's like 2 pieces. So you can see here in the video, you have this like wide kind of like crew neck, which also does have like a little bit of kind of this like roll here. And then this one is really cute because it has these like wider sleeves. So you can see on here, like when you're wearing them, they do kind of look a little bit like a balloon sleeve or something like that. And then it is a little tiny bit cropped. I do have it tucked in so you can kind of see there, but I have a pretty long torso. So if I have a long torso and it doesn't look cropped on me, it's definitely not going to look cropped on you. So the other thing that whenever I share this, I always like to kind of point out, and I like matching sets for this reason, because I really think that you could wear, this is like it's like a soft, lightweight sweater feel. And I feel like if you bought this in, I don't know, it feels very Target, it feels very like Nordstrom, but I feel like if you bought this on its own, this would be really cute with like a pair of jeans or like even like leggings or something like that. So I feel like it's great as this like matching kind of like loungewear sweater set, but I do also think that it's really awesome on its own. Like I would never know that this is a pajama set at all. Thanks, Chloe says it's cute. And then Atlee, hello. Also, thank you for the follow. I do think it's cute also. So like I said, it has a little bit of a balloon sleeve. This is the color Peacock Blue. I feel like because I have this ring light and because the camera's recording, things like tend to not show up like in a really great kind of like color scent. Yes, these are actually a set of pajamas, even though this like totally looks like a standalone sweater. But in person, it's kind of like a bluey teal color. I feel like anytime I have something that's like more purple-esque, I feel like it shows up more blue. So just to let you guys know, it's like more of a teal color. And then, like I said, it has that little bit of a crop. And then it also comes with a pair of shorts. So same set, it's that same kind of like matching look. You can see here, I am 5'3" for size reference. So it comes about like, midway on my thigh, about mid quad or so. It does also have the drawstring here, so you can like pull it up, tighten it a little bit, tons of like elastic, I'll take this off, tons of elastic stretch here, but these are really cute as like a little knit short too, not too long, not too short. And then look, pockets, like once again, look at these big pockets, like pockets, key to a really good pair of sweatpants. Atlee says, I love the drawstrings. And then 1.7, is that likes, I think? Thank you. Or hearts, I guess you could say. So really, really stretchy, very lightweight. There aren't any like pockets on, oops, let's go like this. There aren't any pockets like here on the back or anything. It's like just flat back, but really breathable, really soft. I think you could wear these into summer. Like I would just pair these with like a white tank maybe in the summer, for example, if like it's getting a little bit too warm to wear like the matching set together. That's why I like sets, because they can be worn together, they can be worn separate. And I do think it also runs very true to size. And I am, what did I get? Actually, I got a medium, so I might have even sized up one in this. Did I really? Good to know. Chloe says, how long is it on sale? So I did notice that this is one of the items that is a lightning deal today. So it probably will end by the end of the day. Lightning deals are usually like limited time. So let's see, what does it say? I think it says, let's see, how much? So it looks like there's only about 4% claim. So chances are it's just going to end time-wise before the quantity sells out. So anytime you do any kind of deal with like a lightning deal, that kind of thing, hi, thank you. So anytime you do a lightning deal, it is just going to run out at some point, whether that's quantity or that is, you know, time. So it doesn't say how long is left though. So chances are that, let's see, chances are that you have the rest of the day probably. Okay. Yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, so let's go back then to, oh, and thank you, Chloe, for the follow. I appreciate it. So let's go back to the satin hair tie. So that's kind of where I was. I was with the scrunchies really quickly. So that's another thing, like if you're thinking about, you know, kind of like self-care and like what to do and like how to relax and all of that. So these come in a set of, I want to say I have 4 or 5 of these, and they're satin, so just like the pillowcases that I've kind of like talked about in the past, where they're really gentle on your hair and they're really you know, kind of silky soft for your face. Like that's for the pillowcases. I have found that the satin hair ties or scrunchies or whichever are actually really, really good for your hair as well. So for all of the same kind of reasons as, you know, kind of like the silk pillow, the silk or satin pillowcase. Satin, of course, is going to be your much more affordable option. Ooh, I love them. Do they come in different colors? So this is actually the set that I have right here is actually a multi. Ooh, let me take this down. I just realized I never took this down. Okay, let me take that video down. So on here, this is like a set of matching satin hair ties. Let me try to get this. I'm like moving all the pieces around. I was like, oops, this is a Monday. It's going to be one of those days. So yes, do they come in different colors? There actually are a lot of different sets. The one that I have in particular, let me grab, I have one more around here somewhere. So they come in a set. This one's like pink, and then this one, like I said, is like that kind of like dark brown. I think there's like a tan kind of version, so that's that set of 5. But I do think there's some, if you like that kind of more like pastel color, I think there's like some pinks and blues and purples and kind of different variations. I also like these because you can see I do like the scrunchie. I know that's a trend that's coming back. I do like a good scrunchie, but I also don't like the ones that are like huge. So I like that these are kind of in between, like a normal, just kind of like hair tie, which I don't have one around here. And then like the scrunchie, right? They're kind of that in between. And there is lots and lots of stretch, but because they have that satin on the outside, there's no like sharp piece that's going to pull on your hair or tug or anything like that, and they're going to be much more gentle than, you know, kind of like your standard hair tie. I use those like kind of curly ones too, the little silicone curl ones. Those I would wear kind of like on a normal day when maybe you don't want a scrunchy look, or you know, kind of like don't want the thicker hair tie. So you can I use those too. I like both of them. But for a self-care day, these are definitely the ones to go to. Satin also is great because if you are someone who gets those creases really easily from like wearing your hair in a ponytail, these are going to be really good to not give you that crease. And I do try to share this whenever like it's applicable and stuff, but Kitsch is actually like a female-owned brand as well. Like it's a woman-owned brand, and a lot of times I get the question of like, where did it come from? Was it made in China? Things like that. These are actually made in Los Angeles. So a lot of the Kitsch products, I also put the Dermaplaning Razors in the stream today because I saw they were on deal, but all of their stuff is made in Los Angeles. So woman-owned business, always want to like represent and support when I can there also. So just want to like toss that out. Let's see. All right. Where am I? So we did talk about the pajamas, so I can like skip to the next item in the carousel. So kind of goes along with, let's see, let me highlight it right there. So kind of goes along with the idea of self-care and kind of like, what am I going to do as soon as I get home, and how am I going to relax and all that kind of stuff. And so I do a like eye mask. So I share a lot and very, very frequently. You'll see me share like the gold under eye ones. They're from Demora. I really, really like those as like an everyday type of eye treatment. I use it a lot, those gold ones, before I do my makeup, because they help with like hydration. They help kind of with, you know, your under eye, especially like if you get cracks in your concealer and stuff like that. So I use those on like an everyday type of kind of usage, but the Grace and Stella ones are more what I would say kind of like the next step up. These are like more of like a mask. So like when I really want kind of like a refresh, these are obviously a little bit more expensive than the Demora ones, but they're still like under $1 a pair. I think it's like 24 or something like that come in the box. So they're still super affordable. Unfortunately, these aren't on deal today, so I apologize, guys. I tried to do my best, but not everything was a deal. But I would say that these are like an under eye pad that are a little bit more like a mask. So these are more, they work in a lot of the same way as the under eye pads that I usually share. And like I told you a little bit earlier, these like, I like look kind of blue on the camera, but they're very purple in person. I don't know if you can see it. They look blue on the camera, but these are thicker, and these are all vegan. They're all cruelty free, and they're very gentle also if you have sensitive skin. Are they just for your under eyes or for your whole face? So they're this little like almost like a bean pad. So I like to use them. I have concealer on, so I don't want to like ruin it here. And then I kind of just like put it right underneath that under eye. But these literally, I've seen people kind of use them like, this looks so weird when you do it, but like if you have those like, what do you call them, like smile lines, or like if you wanted to put them like, see if you could like do it like here, honestly, if you have those like frown lines too, if you wanted. What they do is they have like kind of in the kind of like almost like jelly pad that's right here, they have a little bit of retinol. So that's why these are different. These are more of, like I said, a mask, as opposed to like the Dermora ones where I wear them like all the time, because you would definitely not want to use like retinol like every day, right? Especially if you have really sensitive skin, because it might be a little bit stronger. So like these are really great for those people who have sensitive skin, but like retinol is just not something I would recommend to wear like or to use like every day. So these are going to be really, really good on those really bad days when you really need that extra little bit. So it has, like I said, that retinol in it, but then it also has a lot of kind of different, like hyaluronic acid, for example, which is really, really good for moisturization. So whether it's a serum or like I have an eye cream here too, something like that, or, you know, you're using it just as a moisturizer all across, like hyaluronic acid is very, very good. And it also has ceramides in it too. So you see that, I feel like a lot of times with the, you see like in your kind of serums and also your lotions too, because like ceramide is really good for kind of boosting, it sounds weird, but like for boosting kind of like the natural like fatty acids that are in your skin. So when it comes to moisture, like those two things really help. Retinol, of course, you've probably all heard of before, like that's your fine lines, that's your wrinkles, which is also why it would work really well here for your like smile or your frown or things like that. So you're just going to use them like you normally would any kind of like mask. They are single use and they're like this thick, almost, you can see this almost like kind of jelly material. And you're just going to use them until they start to feel like they're drying out a little bit. So that's your skin kind of absorbing all of it. And then you can just kind of peel these off. They do come out. And they also come in individual packages. So if you're looking for something, like I'm using these obviously like post-flight, but if you want to like take a couple with you, you could take those like individual packages and then open one post-flight in your hotel room or your destination or wherever, because they're going to be also really good for puffiness and also really good for dark circles. So those are two things, like, you know, when people are like, wow, you look tired, are you okay? Like these are going to work magic for you in those cases. But like I said, I use the Dermora ones pretty regularly as a day-to-day thing. But if you want ones that are a little bit extra and that extra kind of like moisture, extra kind of eye mask or things like that, I would really recommend the ones from Grace and Stella. So link them in the stream down below. And like I said, a really, really great set for you to like either take with you on the plane, use it when you get home, any of that. So hey Kaylee, hello, welcome. So because I mentioned the eye cream just a second ago, let's go back to that one really, really quickly. So this is another one. If you maybe don't want like the eye mask, or you kind of want to do like a double whammy of the two, this is the really, really affordable eye cream that I've shared a little bit ago, like before. And this one I like because, like I said, it's super affordable. Another one that's not on deal, I'm sorry, but this is like 20 bucks. And this is, for an eye cream, is like huge. So this is, oh, it is. Oh, I see it now. Like like the script looks like a K, but now I see it now that you say that. So hi, hi Haley. It's like the cursive script. So like I mentioned, this is huge for an eye cream. So this is 1.7 ounces. So this is a lot of eye cream, and a little bit goes a really long way. So you could use this like just on its own. You could use, this is like very much like a daily style eye cream as well. So you could definitely use this in lieu if you want something to just like take with you. Of course, 1.7 will, pack in your carry-on. You don't have to worry about that either, but really, really affordable, because I feel like eye cream is one of those things that can be like super expensive. And this is also another one that I would recommend for those of you who have sensitive skin, because it's the same kind of thing. It's like very clean, it's very it's vegan. There's not that like artificial fragrances or like stuff like that, fragrances, colors, all of that tend to react a lot of times with people's skin. So you don't have to worry about that. But also, this is that same kind of like combination and complex, like the moisturizer, for example, that I mentioned with these little, let me pull it off, with the little eye pads again that I just shared. Oh, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate it. And also Haley for the follow. Appreciate that. But this is one of those everyday style creams that you could use. Really good for that puffiness and those dark circles and that, you know, those eye bags and like the, are you okay? Are you tired comments, right? This is like a good way to use it for that. But it also has a little bit of, you know, kind of like a collagen boosting. So it does help really work, you know, kind of around those fine lines, those wrinkles, like kind of up around your brow, anywhere that you start to get that kind of like puffiness, the wrinkles. Like Maddie said, I hate the, are you tired? You look exhausted. Like, I think that's my face. Like, I think my face is in a perpetual, like, are you okay? Are you tired? Look, because dark circles, honestly, actually, as much as I hate them, are genetic. But there are things that we can do to like make it better. And, you know, at least as I know, I hate that. Just so that anybody knows, like asking, are you okay? Or are you tired, or you look tired, is like the biggest insult to like anybody, mostly to women, but like to anybody. So like those of you who think you're being caring and asking, like, don't say that. It's so disappointing and so sad. You don't have dark circles. I have an amazing concealer, let me tell you. Yeah, when I go to work, my coworker is like, you look, I know, I think people like say that because they're like, oh, are you okay? No, this is my face. Can we just ignore it? So like I said, this is a really good eye cream for your like your day-to-day routine, your self-care, your like help me look more human when I wake up in the morning type of eye cream. So like I said, a little bit goes a long way. It's very creamy, it's very hydrating, it's very like moisturizing. So like I tried to put the littlest amount on my finger, and it's not sticky, it's not greasy, but what I do is I'll like rub it under my under eyes, and then I'll actually go up kind of like around my eyebrows, and then I'll actually just like whatever's left, I'll just kind of like, you know, rub down my cheeks or whatever. I hate that I just wasted that right now, but and it doesn't have any kind of like really strong scent or smell. It's like I said, it's fragrance free, but it has like I feel like it has a little bit of a lotiony type of kind of smell. So I am not physically okay, but mentally I'm fine. I love that. Haley says, I need a scalp scrubber. I have it right here. And so with this, like I mentioned, this is a really, really affordable eye cream. That's a really great quality one. This is also another one of those businesses, as I mentioned, that's another like small business brand. This is another like made in the US brand as well. I would highly recommend, like they have a vitamin C, I think they have a retinol 2 version, but as a really affordable brand, this is a really good choice that I feel like you kind of like can't go wrong with. So if you like put these two things together, so with the iPads, I'll grab it one more time. I will say that you probably don't, I'm trying to get you to see this. You don't really want to probably use the eye mask every day, but you could use this cream every day. Like I said, it's a little tiny bit, goes a long way. So it's ultra affordable at like 20 bucks for this really big thing. They also have a slightly smaller version. I think there's maybe an ounce, and then I think there's a little bit smaller one after that. So you could do those if you wanted, but this is like such a good deal. So Okay, so Haley said I could use a scalp scrubber, so I have you. I put this in as a very much a self-care item in here, but this also works really well on, like, again, this is very much a day-to-day type of thing. So this has this little like handy dandy little kind of like holder handle thing, so you can kind of just palm it and it just kind of like holds, you know, so like it gets, you can be really lazy with this, right? So this works as a scalp massager. I get the question a lot of like, well, can I use it if I'm bald? You could. Like, it's perfect for all of that. It is really, I like it, especially if you're doing like a deep conditioner, which I was going to add to this stream, and I was like, this stream is going to get too long. There's too much stuff. Like, I can't. So we can always talk about like deep conditioners, like later, shampoos, whatever. But what you can do is you can put your lol if you're bald. It's true though. It's like, this works well. So like what it does best, and hey, Lee and Danielle, hello. Or yeah, Daniel, not Danielle, sorry. But so you can put your serum, you can put your shampoo, you can put your deep conditioner, or you could literally put nothing on here. And these are super soft, like they look like spikes, like at the bottom of like Mario, right? But they are made of silicone, so they're very bendable, they're very flexible. And what you do is you can just take it, you can palm it, like I said, put it right between those two fingers, and you're just gonna do little circular motions like around on your scalp. So you're just kind of going around, and what it's great for is it's, you know, kind of perfect for stimulating, you know, kind of like the blood flow on the scalp, stimulating, you know, kind of all of the hair follicles and the like right at the base. But if you're someone who has like dry skin or is prone to dandruff or anything like that, this is another good way to kind of like almost like massage the scalp, break it up, and allow you to kind of like have a, you know, fresher and like healthier scalp, as opposed to you know, kind of letting all of that product build up, especially if you're someone who, like I do, uses a lot of dry shampoo, uses a lot of leave-ins, mousse, anything like that, and it all does kind of build up on the scalp. So one, I think that this is a really great just massage, which is why I feel like it's perfect for like after a flight. But it also will help kind of with the health of your scalp, with the health, and kind of bring all of that blood flow kind of up to, like I said, the scalp, to the root. And it will help with, like, you know, it's not a miracle cure. Nothing like magically makes anything grow better or anything like that. But it will help more blood, makes for healthier hair, which makes for more hair growth. So that's always going to be a good option, and really, really affordable kind of way to help with that scalp health. And it just feels good. If nothing else, it just feels so good. Hey, and when's Angel going to be back on? I haven't seen Angel in a few days, so like, hello to Angel. So let's see, and she must be awesome. So kind of moving, let's just, since we were talking about exfoliating like your scalp, let's take a little quick like hop, skip, and a jump forward in the carousel and talk about some silicone style like scrubbers, massagers for your face. So these are like really affordable, like manual kind of like a brush, as opposed to you know, using your hands, using a loofah, using a washcloth, anything like that. And it's also like the step down, or like the more affordable option to like any of the motorized or battery operated, like I have a Conair, which works really well. You just turn it on, battery power, or it's rechargeable. So kind of two options with that, but I wanted to kind of go with the budget-friendly version first. So these do come in a set of 3. When will I be live again? I will be live probably tomorrow. So All right, let me go in here. So these do come in a set of 3, and like I said, they are like bendable, flexible. They're silicone, so you can take these like into, you know, the shower with you. You can leave these in there. You can pack these. They're really small. You can like pack these really quickly. So it looks like this. Let's see here so I can show you a little bit. So it has 2 little loops here for your fingers, and then it actually has this little pocket where they can kind of go in too. And so then you could easily take your you know, kind of any like face wash, or, you know, any kind of like just scrub that you want to do, anything like that, and you're just going to put a little bit in there, and it's a little bit more of an exfoliating you know, kind of way to wash your face, as opposed to something like I said, a washcloth or your hands or anything like that. You can, I'm like playing with these bristles, so you can see that there's these little tiny bristles on there, and again, that's going to be what's a little bit more you know, kind of a really good way to pull off, you know, dead skin or anything like that. So you can just give it that little rub, and I like it, like I said, if you are someone who wants a little massage like that, or if you are I was just like reading, I make sugar scrubs for the dead skin. That works really well too. So, like, sugar scrubs are great. I love that. It's also a really like natural, like very gentle way. I own a business. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I think you could, honestly, depending on kind of like with the sugar scrub, you could kind of pair these together. It'd actually probably be a good way to just like add the sugar scrub and just kind of like work it around into your skin. But yeah, sugar is a great like natural kind of like exfoliant, really good for dead skin, also really good for kind of like brightening, having that smoother complexion, like things like that. Definitely I think you could easily use these 2 things in tandem if you wanted. Obviously, if you don't have to do that either. You could, you know, however you kind of want to work the 2 things together. But they're super affordable, which is why I like them. And they're so easy to pack. They're very lightweight. You don't have to worry about them being charged. You don't have to worry about them, you know, anything like that. They aren't chemicals, so they're really soft and like easy to use on your skin, all of that good stuff. So I do have pretty sensitive skin, so a lot of times I will like share share things that are much more geared towards just like having sensitive skin. So all right, let's just skip to a couple more things. I did skip over the Dermaplaning Razors, so this might be more of one of those things that you like wouldn't use all the time. Like, it wouldn't be like a self-care thing that you're using all the time. But I do like it if you're going to do like any kind of like facial, you want some like deep moisture, anything like that. The Dermaplaning Razors are what you would use to take off the little like baby fuzz on your face and on your skin. So this is what they look like in close-up view, and they come in like a pack that I like highlighted. Okay, Harjan, thank you for the follow. So these take off, like I said, all of that like little baby hair, and honestly kind of the same thing, like dead skin cells, anything like that, you can kind of almost like brush away, and so it leaves beneath it all of that kind of like lighter, healthier, softer skin. So in this case, it's like the world's tiniest little razor, and honestly, it's a little serrated. You can see when I get close, but it's sharp enough for those like baby hairs. It wouldn't be something you would like shave with, right? It's like great for those little baby hairs, but it's not so sharp that can you cut yourself? Yes, it can be done. Do you have to worry about cutting yourself really badly? No. But I would recommend these as kind of like another level of like almost like exfoliation before you would do like a gentle skin mask, or as a really good like pre-step for a moisturizer, for example. So I did do this once before kind of like on a stream. And so like this isn't something you would do like every day. I maybe do it like once a month or so. You definitely kind of like want all of that to grow back, because if you know, kind of don't have the baby fuzz, sometimes it could be a little too rough or a little too scratchy on your skin. But you're literally, let's see here if I can do this. So I think I did this on this side of my face before, but you can just take it, you kind of put it at that 45-degree angle, and you're just gonna do these like little tiny like movements, and then you can probably see like that little bit, kind of gross looking from there, but you can see that like little tiny bit of baby fuzz that comes off. And then that's also going to be like I said, your dead skin cells and stuff like that. So this is one of those things I got introduced in like I got a facial one time. She's like, oh, do you want to do this? Like, it helps like products soak in better, and it helps like your masks and your moisturizers work better. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it's weird because everybody has a different level of like facial hair, like that fuzzy fuzz. But it does work really, really well. These are also super affordable. Like I said, they're like under $10 for like a pack of like 10 maybe or so, and you can use these more than once. You wouldn't want to use them like too much because it is like a razor. It has this little cover here too, so it is a razor, so you wouldn't want to use it too many times. But these are not single use. You could, I'd say, a couple times, maybe more than that or so. Lena says, does it hurt? No, it's like if you took your finger, honestly, if you like took your finger and just kind of like rubbed it along your face, like it's really gentle. You want to have like a really, really light touch with it. Oh, thank you. Really, really light touch. You don't want to like scrape your face. Just like, as you could see, I kind of do this like little like kind of this. So it's like almost like barely touching your skin. So no, it just feels like you're, you know, rubbing your face or so. But yeah, these are not single use. You could use them a few times. I'd say like 2 or 3 times probably. Probably more, probably not. Okay. So a couple final things I think on here. One being, let's get back here to, and then like I mentioned with these two, with the Kitsch brand, is like they're all made in the US, they're all made in LA, woman-owned brand, really, really great brand. So reason I bring that up one more time is because I was talking about the lip treatment, or about to talk about it. Also cruelty-free, also like paraben-free. And this is another one of those like US businesses, like another small business. These are actually, this brand is Hanalei. So it is actually kind of like, what's the word I want? Is they make everything in Hawaii. So that's like where the brand is from. And so another really great kind of like small business brand, but this is a really great treatment. And so I have clear, but it does come in like a pink, it kind of comes in a red. I think there's like almost like a really dark kind of rich color as well, but it's a gloss and it's a little sticky, but it's meant to be. And it comes like in a little squeeze tube. It's what, about half an ounce here or so, but this is not like a wear it every day type of thing. This is like more of a mask that I'm gonna try to squeeze some. You could use this like right on your lips, but I wanted to kind of show you it's like that kind of really kind of sticky, almost like a gel. And so you're just gonna rub like the tiniest bit on your lips. And by the way, this smells like so good. It has like a almost like a coconutty vanilla kind of smell to it. And so what it is it's a really thick, really moisturizing treatment or balm, or however you kind of want to refer to it as. And it has like vitamins A and C. Vitamin E is super, super good for your skin. Really, really moisturizing. But a lot of what this brand uses is a Hawaiian like nut oil. So it's just kind of their kind of combination. It's their kind of blend of all of the different you know, proprietary, you know, kind of recipe that they have. But between like all of the vitamins, between this oil, it is so good for like moisturizing if you get like chapped or like cracked lips, especially right now in the winter, you're going somewhere dry, anything like that. And I like to use this like overnight, and I swear to God, I'll go to bed and I'll still feel it a little bit in the morning. It just has that really kind of like rich, moisturizing effect, and I haven't had any issues with like redness or dryness or like chapped lips like all winter from using this. And this is another one of those things that like the tiniest bit goes a really long ways. And it smells great. And like I said, it's a small business, but it's much more of like a natural kind of formulation. There are cruelty-free brand, which is great. But it's that kind of combination that just makes for a really great lip treatment. And this is the full, what is this? This is the, what did I say? The ½ ounce. So I think actually, what did I link up? Yeah, I linked up the, there is a full size, which says it's 15 grams. That can't be right. That would be, oh wait, this is 15 grams. I lied. It's a ½ ounce. So it's like the same thing. There's just like two versions. I don't know. Anyway, it's the 0.53 ounce or the 15 gram on here, but it lasts for a really long time. Obviously not one of those items that was on deal today, but such a good kind of, balm, like I said, treatment, whatever you want to refer to this as, gloss to toss in your bag and take with you on an airplane, especially because like airplanes just dry you out and just, it's disgusting. Okay, so a couple more things. I did just want to share that the Beakey blenders, I saw these on the deal today too. They do have an extra coupon code, so I'm going to add that to the chat really quickly. I share these a lot. These aren't really necessarily a self-care / get off the plane, but I do share these a lot because they are super affordable, and they're like a different variation of like, let me switch over so I can type this in. Here is the coupon code. Beakey, let's see. These are the makeup sponges code. Let's see. You can do an extra, save 10% when you buy 2 with this code. There you go. Adding it into the chat. So if you cut and paste that little code into the promo code box at checkout, it'll take another 10% off for a set of 2. So you just have to do 10. So I am good. How are you today? So they come in a set of 5, which is more makeup blenders than you need, like, you know, for quite a while. So I kind of just like to buy these like every now and then and like stock up. But they are a little super soft, like they're latex free. And they're like a, you know, kind of soft sponge, I guess you could say. And you're gonna like take this and you're gonna add a little bit of water and like really like squeeze it out. And these work really well for your like liquid foundations or anything that you apply that has more of a kind of like a liquid texture, right? So you could use this honestly if you wanted to apply any different kind of product, but I would say it's definitely kind of best for your liquid foundation and your makeup. And like I said, this isn't really like adjacent to, you know, kind of pre and post flight and all of that. But what works really well for these is I like to take these with and use these as like a more affordable alternative, because a makeup sponge like this can be washed. There are ways to like wash them and kind of keep out all of, you know, kind of like the gross oils and different things from your face. But I also like to just use one completely new and just like completely refresh it from time to time. So when I see these on like a crazy deal, I like to share it. They're like 55% off, and then you can do that extra 10% on a set of 2. That like 10 makeup sponges will last you like a really long time, so you won't need to get any you know, anytime soon, basically. So just kind of the last little thing that I did want to share. Where did it go? I hid it from myself. Talking about just some candles and some like relaxation and kind of like all of that. I have shared this like USB lighter in the past. It is probably one of y'all's favorites too. And so it works really well in lieu of like matches, a flame, any of those like kind of like Bic lighters, those long ones that you kind of click until they start. And I like it because you can see it's got this little micro USB. Plug it in and it charges super quickly. You can see here when I slide it up, there is your kind of charge. You can see it's like 404, and it pulls up these little prongs here at the top. And instead of using flame, it's going to use a little kind of beam of electricity that touches between those 2 tines. So that is what you would use, you know, to kind of light something like this, which is also in my carousel, is the Spa Day candle. And I did share it in 2 different sizes. So it's the same candle. Spa Day is very fitting right now for kind of like a post-flight esque. And so if you want, this is 9 ounce, I think. Where does it say? Yeah, so this is the 9 ounce, and it has a little, it almost is like a mason jar kind of, where it has that kind of tin lid. The other one that I shared is, I'm gonna highlight it right now. The other one that I shared is a slightly bigger one. It's 11 ounces. So same candle. I like this one. It's a combination of wood, cream, and jasmine, it says, but very much a, you know, post long day style. And let me go here. So highlighting again one more time, kind of clicking on that USB lighter. So it works in that little electric beam kind of going across the 2 tines. So instead of your flame, anything that you want to light, you're going to try to put right in between here. So this is windproof, so it's really, you know, kind of ideal if you're going outside. I like it for camping for that reason, but if you're lighting candles or anything like that for an outdoor party, etc., it will also work for that, whereas like a match would blow out, or even like your lighter wouldn't be able to stay lit. So you're just going to slide it up, and I'm going to light this candle right here. And so you're just going to take, you can see this little kind of like wax coated, let's see here, let me go like this so you can see this little like wax coated wick, or maybe you could, if you know, in a bird, there it goes, you can see here. And then this is a soy candle as well. So I find that soy is like a much cleaner burn. And it is also one, let's see here, that, did I put it into the notes? Which thing? Lord. Okay, so this is a long kind of burning candle because it is made with that soy wax. So this one, for example, with the 9 ounces is going to last, I don't know, I would say like 40+ hours or so. So this is like a long time kind of burning candle. Of course, the 11 ounce one is going to last a little bit longer. And so I'm going to slide up the USB lighter, and then I'm just going to put that wick kind of like right in between, and let's go like this. It's hard to like show you and like light it and kind of do it on the side at the same time, but you're just going to press this button like I mentioned, put it in between, and there, this is a brand new one. I haven't turned this one on yet, and it lights up just like that. So as I mentioned, the A USB lighter will replace your flame, and it is rechargeable. This will last forever, I feel like, on a same charge. I just like put it back. I like took the, oh no, I like don't want to set off my smoke detector. I just put the lid back on. But it will last a really, really long time on like that single charge. So you don't have to worry about it, you know, kind of dying really quickly. It will last quite a while. So I'm like smelling everything here. And it's also one of those items like that's always really affordable. A lot of these I feel like on here are under 10. Let's see. Like I think most of them are. And so you can continue to kind of use this many times over. Keep it in your bag. It won't kind of you know, the charge won't die. Like, so here, let me show you. If I slide this up, for example, in terms of like charge, you see the lights come on, and if I press the button, that little beam of electricity would go across, but it will, wait for it, go off. So as you can see right here, it will go off, and now you don't have to worry about the, you know, battery running out because maybe it slid open accidentally. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then you can use it on your candles. So as I mentioned, this is the 9-ounce version of the Spa Day. These are by Sweetwater Decor. I think I shared their like notebooks and their pens and paper like a little bit ago also. They fall very much under that same small business. These are all made in the US too. As you can see, I had a theme today on my on my items that are kind of added to the stream. And then of course it is a soy candle, so it's a lot kind of better of a burn candle as opposed to like a paraffin or something like that. So it's really clean. It burns very you know, kind of evenly all the way down. And then of course this is a glass jar, so you could save this and you could recycle it and reuse it as well. So I just want to like kind of point out and like just kind of highlight both of those in the carousel here at the end. All right, so let me refresh here. Okay, so I think this is the last thing that I put into the stream today, which actually is kind of fitting to put it at the end for the pillowcases. This is an item I probably should have started with. I do see that it's on a lightning deal, but I think there's a bit of time left. And it doesn't show for y'all that it's on a lightning deal. It shows for me, but it says 0% claimed. So just kind of to finish out like the day at the end and just relaxing and all of that, I wanted to share these bamboo pillowcases. So for those of you who, you know, sleep hot, those of you who just kind of want an update, you know, an update to your bedding, all of that, these are my pillowcases that I always like choose. These are the ones I always share, and I would highly recommend these, especially as we go into the warmer months. If you are someone who sleeps really hot, this is, let's see here. Where did I put it? This is a perfect option. So bamboo is very moisture wicking. It is very good about like pulling that heat kind of away from your body. And they also come in a bunch of different sizes too. So if you're looking for a pillowcase or a pair of sheets, like I will probably start sharing that like a sheet set more often too as we get a little bit closer to the summer and the warm weather. But they do come in your standard, your queen, your king size pillowcases. And they're really lightweight and really soft. So that's the best part about, you know, kind of bamboo is yes, it's lightweight. Yes, it's super breathable. Yes, it's moisture wicking and kind of what they call thermoregulating and all of that. But they also are very durable and super kind of like silky soft. So if you're, you know, kind of wanting to upgrade your bedding, I feel like this is why I like these, because they're just lightweight and soft. And if I am you know, going to just relax and take some time at the end of the day after like a long flight, all of that, then this is kind of where I would immediately go to. Maddie says, I do love those pillowcases, although I prefer silk. I agree. Like I said, like a lot of times you'll see me share like the satin ones, kind of like the scrunchies, simply because they're super, super affordable. Silk can be really expensive. But I do love a satin pillowcase. But I know that's not like everybody's jam. So a lot of times what I'll do is like kind of share like the combination of all of that. So if you are just, you know, tuning in, you want something silk, satin, like I think that they're all great. You know, they're kind of like sisters, right? They're kind of like twins to the whole thing. So, but you can use whichever, but I went with just kind of like the standard lightweight pillowcases that are bamboo, because I think that that's like another great option. But I was like trying to put together like, okay, what do I want like at the end of the day, and that kind of breathability, that really like kind of like relaxing you know, kind of pillowcase. These are going to be a good set. So these, like I mentioned, do come in to a set of 2 in that different size, you know, your standard, your queen, your king, all of that. And then in some of the colors, this is like the really light kind of gray color, which I believe is just literally called light gray on the listing. But if you're someone who's been looking for a really great body pillow, and you haven't been able to find kind of like a matching pillowcase to go for it, because I know that's like a weird size, but it sure does make their kind of like their bamboo cases in a body pillow size, which is great. So okay, so let me go back to the very beginning. We did kind of talk about everything. We just kind of like shared all of the kind of different items. So just kind of finishing off a stream kind of based around self-care and just kind of like the different items and the things that I love when I come back from a trip. So in this case, like a really great pair of pajamas, a really great set of, you know, kind of like fuzzy slippers. I went into some self-care, or some eye masks or some eye cream or your satin scrunchies, like all of that. These are all really good options, you know, kind of for a relaxed kind of, you know, recharge post, you know, flight. So I also think that a lot of these, I'm gonna have to get those pajamas. I know, here, I'll show them one more time before like I log off for the day. But I do like think that so many, I'll share both of them actually, but I do think that so many of these items you obviously could take with you. You could very easily you know, use them post plane when you get to your destination, or like for me, I'm like home and I'm just like relaxed. So highlighting really quickly these sweatpants one more time. Those are like the very first thing I started with, and maybe which one, there's like 2 sets of pajamas, but these are the sweatpants, super soft. And like I said, this is the heather gray, which is, I think, like the king of all sweatpants. And they're super lightweight, they're very breathable, and probably the best part is they just have this like, you know, kind of like wider leg, so they're very loose, but they're also just like very flowy as well. So I like a, you know, kind of set of you know, sweatpants that you can just like lounge around in absolutely all of the time. It's like big stretchy waistband, you have the little tie here on the front, so you could kind of cinch it down. And then of course, probably the best part, you can see that they do have pockets here in the front. So flat back as well, there's no pockets here on the back, but just an all around super casual, super comfy, super laid back sweat of pants, sweat of pants. And then of course, let's see here. Where are we? I want to see where this like ended up at. There is a lightning deal on here. It looks like it's like kind of, you know, going back and forth. Anytime you see like a lightning deal, you usually need to be logged into your Prime account or you won't be able to see it. And it looks like these slippers will end. Let me see here really quickly. I'll look at my own live stream to see if I can see it. Nope, looks like they're just $19.99. So let's see, I'm gonna move over here. Okay, so you can't see the lightning deal. I can see it, but if you click on it, you'll also see the lightning deal for whatever reason. I don't know. I can like see the back end on my side, and I don't know why y'all can't see it, but that's fine. So cool. So we did just chat about these kind of like Fuzzy Wuzzy Was a Bear style slippers, and they look just like this. And they do have that kind of fluffier slide, and you can see as I get really close here, there's that kind of like a Sherpa, but I think of it like a bear. And they have this really thick memory foam base. So it's like about I'd say like an inch thick or so. And they also have a really hard rubber bottom. So I am a big fan of like basically having a set of, you know, pajamas and things like that that I never go out of the house in. Maddie says I'm focused on the slippers. Yeah, I'm very big on like just keep your slippers in the house, but if you are someone who likes them kind of to use all the time, this is that hard kind of flat bottom rubber that you would want. So I have, so it says 35 to 36 is the size that I have, but they do come in like US half sizes. So like I am a 6.5 to 7, so that's what translates here. So you'll probably see this on the bottom of that size, but you can just choose your own size, your own, you know, whatever. I would say it's true to size, but with slippers, if you're like kind of in between or you're that half size, I would just say to maybe size up to give yourself a little bit of room in your foot. So, and then just for, where did it go? For Maddie, I think that was like looking at the other pajamas. This is the other set that I shared, which is like a 2-piece set. It's like a knit kind of like sweater with like daisies on the front. It does also have pockets here on the side and nothing on the back. And then it also comes with that sweater top as well. So it is a matching top. Super, super lightweight. As I was kind of like sharing earlier, is like, yes, it's a 2-piece set. Yes, you know, you could wear it together, but you could wear each piece like individually. And in this case, it's very, like, I think it would be super cute, like with a pair of jeans. Like no one would know this is a, like a loungewear set. It's like a like knit, almost like kind of like sweater material. It's like super, super, super cute. And then of course it does come in a, I think it's small all the way up through 2X or so. And I think it runs very true to size. I'm actually wearing a medium, so I think I sized up 1, but that's just because I like my, you know, kind of like pajamas and your sweats and your shorts and all of that to fit a little bit looser and a little bit more relaxed. So so I think that's about it. I think I touched on everything, you know, in terms of kind of like my post-flight, post-stream, you know, kind of return. So let me go back here really quickly. I'm going to take this video down on time this time. But yes, this whole stream is filled with like kind of like beauty and a little bit of fashion and like a lot of bit of self-care. So if you're kind of headed out onto a trip anytime soon, you could literally you know, either wear this, take this, use it when you get home. They're all like super great, or every night. Yeah. You could literally use it all the time, and they're all really affordable. A lot of these were on deal today, honestly, which is always a good thing. But they're all really affordable. I don't share a lot of like expensive things, I feel like. So I think that that's about it. That's all I have. So if you've been watching or tuning in, I'm Ashley. This is Swift Wellness. You can obviously go to my Amazon storefront, see all of the items that I share. Maddie says I'm getting the pants. So I have gray. I think that's great, but there's like pink, there's black, blue, I think, or so. So obviously, if you're watching, you can join in on these anytime. I am usually live kind of in this like 10 to 1 or so time frame on Amazon Live. I'm on the Pacific Coast, so, you know, kind of like translate to your own specific time zone and time. And we talk a lot about, you'll see lots of fashion and home and, you know, wellness, as the case may be. And obviously, if I see things that are on deal or just like really, really affordable, I will share those as well. I have been hearing from people that the push notifications are working, that people have been getting, you know, all of the, hey, you're going live style notifications. So if you are following, you will get those notifications that say, hey, Ashley is on live. So if I do have any unique coupon codes or any follower favorites or things like that that are live only, you can jump in to the stream and see. So Maddie says, no, I think they'll look great. So you absolutely should. You should come back and tell me what you think and tell me if you think that they fit great. So and like I said, you can follow along live, or you can go to my Amazon storefront. You can also shop any of these old streams at any point after the stream. But if we talk about a deal or anything like that, chances are they might not be still available any longer. So another reason to obviously press follow, get those notifications, come hang out with us live. It's always a lot of fun. I thank you everybody for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna go get some work done today, going to relax. I have to unpack, it's all over here, but I will put together a live stream, I think, for tomorrow, and obviously I will see everybody next time. So bye.